But like, what should I be talking about that you can interrupt me about?
I don't know, like whatever you want to like go with. There's just
I don't really have much to say. I mean, I can keep talking
well,
about.
before you talk about that, let's take a timeout.
That works.
Bang.
Welcome
Welcome back,
back.
everyone. Whoa.
That was
Welcome back,
crazy.
everyone. Episode 7 of the TNT Timeout. I'm Trey.
I'm Trevor.
And football is officially dead.
That is quite unfortunate. I mean, I don't know. What are we doing here, man? How's the parade?
Parade was good. Parade was really good. Um, I did go
Why don't you
to the
give us a little
Eagles
story time?
parade. I'll give you a little story time. I'll try to make it quick. Um, so I woke up at 3:45 a.m. and left the house at 4 to go to a train, which I got to at 4:50. Waited for the
Impressive.
train, which is a 5:37 train. I got there at 4:50. I was probably like a hundredth in line, which isn't. I wasn't at the front. I wasn't at the back. People after us, like when it started getting to like 5:15, 5:20, that line was like a mile long. I don't know how those people were getting there, but we made it on the first train, no
At
problem, easy seat.
5:15,
Yeah,
there was a mile of people.
the line was so long you couldn't even see the end of it.
Wow.
Yeah, but we were there early. We got in a nice legroom seat somehow. Got right to Philly, 6:30 ish. We were in City Hall, and there's plenty of spots on the guardrail for first row. I wanted to go a little farther into the city. We went to the Love Park. It had the Love Hurt sign. Took some pictures of that, and then we looked
That's pretty
ahead
cool.
at the art museum and the Parkway, and it was already filled.
I heard people were camping out. I mean,
Yeah,
that's a little bit ridiculous.
I mean, I was never gonna try to get all the way to the art museum, but I was gonna maybe try to get on the Parkway. But
Yeah.
we literally turned and you could because it's kind of downhill, so we just saw all the people already, and I cared more about being like first row for the parade than seeing the
Hmm.
speeches and hearing the speeches. So we turned back a little bit,
Yeah.
went back to City Hall, got a perfect spot, first row, and it was like the road, and then there was like a concrete wall, so we could sit on the wall as we
Oh, that's
waited.
pretty cool.
It was amazing. There was only two spots left. I had asked someone if they could move over for us. They did. They're very nice. Don't even know
Wow.
the guy's
Shout
name.
out. Shout out to that
Well,
guy.
they had like 5 spaces worth of people, but they only had two things there. So I was like, I think they're only waiting for two people. So I asked, and they're like, yeah, we only have two people. And I was like, it's just two of us. Can we like squeeze in and we'll still save your spots? And they're like, ah, sure. Um,
Sweet.
but yeah, we got
Genuine
that spot.
question though.
Yeah.
Like the people that get there early and they camp out like in front of the art museum. Like I was talking to you when we were texting and I was like, "Are you guys drinking?" And you were like, "No, because I don't want to have to go to the bathroom." What did they do?
I would say I was trying to estimate it. I think 75% of people weren't drinking.
What I don't even mean not drinking. But like even if you
Oh, I
don't
mean,
drink
you just had a.
alcohol, like
There was porta potties, but it's
but
just
like
you have
if
to
you're
get.
in the front of the
Yeah,
art museum
you have to get out of your spot. You have to travel there. There's a huge line, and it's just
and
like you
people
take
just
that
like hold
risk.
the spots and then you try to push through the
Yeah,
that
I mean,
seems crazy.
people that are probably near there, they probably brought like Gatorade. My boss said that like last time they brought a towel and they held it around people, and then they just peed in a Gatorade bottle.
That's crazy.
And people probably bring like pop up maybe porta potties, or I don't know what the porta potty situation looked like at the art museum, but at least on the parade route there wasn't many, and you had to walk away to get to them, and there's no guarantee like your spot would be there or how long it would take to do it. So yeah, I think most people
That's
just
wild to me.
camped it out, just waited in the cold. We waited 6 hours plus for it to start. We were warm except for our toes. We didn't wear good enough socks or shoes, but we made it. It was late, but eventually it came, and it was electric. Confetti was flying, everybody was yelling. Um, I have a list of players that I high five players, I dap players up, I pat them on the
Fire.
back. I like was getting fired up with some. We
I
started a
think you did.
Howie chant, and he acknowledged us. He pounded his chest and pointed at us. It's
There's
pretty
something in
cool.
particular I'd like you to say that you did. I think it
Um,
involved Jason Kelsey.
I did bark at Jason Kelsey like a lot. So it was like the parade got to us at about 12:45, I think, and Jason Kelsey and Brent Selleck randomly started walking down the street at like 11:45 because like we heard the people like ahead of us on the parade route start freaking out. So we're like, is it coming? Because like that was pretty fast. And then we just see it's Jason Kelsey. Everybody's freaking out, and he's probably like 5, 6 feet in front of me. He's not really stopping for anybody.
Nuts.
Maybe he's walking over sometimes, giving some high fives, but he's not stopping. And I'm just like at him for a good like 10 seconds, and then I screamed, "I love you, Selleck." But I mean, they didn't care about that. But
Yeah.
my list here: Saquon Barkley ran right in front of me. I didn't really. It was like, as soon as the parade started, we were like still looking at like the buses, and Jeffrey Lurie was holding the trophy, and then we weren't ready for the players to start coming yet, and then Saquon just ran by. I was like, Saquon, and somehow my girlfriend recorded it, so we could see him on the camera.
Way.
But
Saquon Barkley.
Howie Roseman. I started a Howie, and it got it literally loud, and he looked at us.
That's pretty hype.
I think that was pre-can to the head, I think. And then Zach Bond, kind of similar thing. He was just walking down the middle of the street, like just like it. You couldn't even tell it was really him at first, and no one was saying like his name. And then I saw him, and I was like, Bond. And then I started like getting fired up with him. I started like hitting my head like he does, and then he started doing it back to me, and then he starts going down this. He starts like sidestepping down the street doing that. So it's pretty electric.
That's pretty awesome.
Trevor Keegan back up. Gave me a high five. Moro Ojomo gave me a high five. CJ Uzama did a stone cold chug with a fan, then walked down, gave me a high five, got beer all over me. Alex Hunt gave me a high five. Jalen Carter kind of dapped me up, and I patted him on the back with his huge chain. Leonard Dickerson gave me a high five. And then I saw Jason Kelsey and Brent Selleck pretty close. So yeah, those are all the people I saw, not including all like the floats. Those are like just the interactions I had.
Right. That's pretty good spread, honestly. Like I'm kind of impressed that all those people. I mean, I guess they're trying to pay attention with as many people as they can, but
yeah,
still hype.
Yeah, like I'd never been to a parade before that, and I'm very happy with what we chose to do. I couldn't imagine getting there like a little later, and then you have to be like fifth row because you're not getting any of those experiences I just got. You're just seeing the parade, but you still had to be there at like 8:00, and I just feel like that would be, I don't know. And
that's what I did. I didn't have any of those experiences. I quite honestly don't remember seeing anyone.
Yeah.
Like, I got there, I was there by 8. I was so cold, was freezing my ass off. Most of the time I spent trying to find a porta potty that I had line that I could get in to pee. And I think I, like, got a beer or something. But, like, yeah, this sounds like you know what I mean? Like, it sounds like you did it right. It sounds like a success.
Yeah, and my side of the street was pretty small, so it was only probably like, I don't know, 7, 8 rows deep on my side because it was a pretty narrow walkway. But the other side of the road, we could see it was like 50 to 100 people deep. Like it was just a sea of people. So like I couldn't even imagine being like all the way back there. Like what are you even doing? You can barely see anything. I don't know what you're doing. Like I feel like that would just suck. But I'm glad I'm glad we committed to going really early to make sure. We probably could have even went a little later and been fine, but it was good. It was a very good experience.
I'm glad to hear it.
Yeah, how was your weekend?
It was good. Honestly, didn't do anything crazy. I got a new dartboard.
Nice.
My friend, I can't remember if I mentioned it on the pod, but my friend painted.
I think you might have mentioned
the Guinness toucan. It turned out pretty awesome. Maybe I'll feature it on the TikTok.
You can do it in the background. You can put some darts in the background.
I could post a whole darts edit. But I probably won't do that. But yeah, I didn't really do much. Went to hit some golf balls at the sim. Took it pretty easy. It was snowing here, so I didn't really want to venture out into the city. And then, I don't know. My buddies were playing football on the beach, covered in like a foot of snow. Probably would have been fun, but I didn't want to be stuck on the beach. Yeah, good weekend though.
Nice.
You know, I was thinking about this, just going off the cuff here.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking when you were talking about the parade. Do you think a parade is the best way to celebrate? There's got to be like another way.
What else would you do? Have something at the stadium?
That's what I've been trying to think about. And like the stadium only fits 100,000 people, and there's
less
probably
than that.
A million.
You can probably pack in. Yeah, there's 1.7 million. I'm pretty sure in Philly.
1.7 million.
Yeah.
Damn. So maybe there's nothing else you can do. You have to be outside.
Yeah. So yeah, you either commit to getting there really early to see the parade, or you commit to going there like at any time, probably later, and then you like party and watch the speeches and stay after. It's like you gotta do one of the two things. There's no way you can do what I did and then also stay and then start drinking and then party too. Like that'd be so tiring.
Right. Yeah, that's fair.
My days already felt so long because I was up at 3:45 until whenever, and then that was only Friday, and then I had Saturday, and then I had Sunday, and then we had Monday off. So it was a great 4-day weekend, very long,
Wow.
which I liked it being long, but it was nice.
Hell yeah. All right. I guess that's the solution. Nothing but a parade. Has to be a parade.
Has to be parade.
Maybe the solution is live in like Miami where it's warm, but
Yeah,
whatever. They're
we were
never
sitting
gonna
there.
win a
We're like, imagine
championship,
if
so.
the Sixers or Flyers had a parade. It'd be so hot right now. We were pretty cold,
Yeah, yeah.
but because we're like the Phillies. Like Phillies wouldn't be. It'd still be cold, but it wouldn't be
Phillies
this
is
cold.
like
It'd be November.
Phillies is usually pretty ideal.
Yeah, it wouldn't be warm.
Right?
It wouldn't be cold. It might be a little brisk, but it wouldn't be
You could
freezing.
wear like a hoodie with a jersey over
Yeah,
top. And
you'd be
good.
fine.
Yeah. This year,
What
maybe.
do you want to get into first?
I mean, we could. Football's gone. We could give a couple updates on football. I know
Couple
we
updates
also talked about doing a draft. We could do a draft ourselves. What are you feeling?
We can do a couple of our drafts. I know we have some
All right.
in the queue. We can hit us a couple of drafts. We can talk about the NFL draft.
NFL draft.
We can give some
Remember
draft.
when we
our-
said? Remember when we said Jackson Dart was
Yeah,
a quality pick?
yeah, and
Starting
now
to sound
he's getting
like
pushed
we
as a
were
first.
way ahead of the unreal.
Yeah, maybe
Actually,
they're tuning
like
into the pod.
everything we said, like everything we said is kind of coming true.
Our draft,
like-
our draft episode that we had like a month ago was actually pretty accurate, except for
Like Shaduki Sanders.
the number one pick might have a little shakeup.
Who are you thinking is going to go number one?
I don't know exactly, but there's like four. I keep saying I was looking at mocks today, and like there's like legit four. It's the three guys, but there's a new contender who you mentioned as like a sleeper, not a sleeper, more of like a wild card. So like Cam Ward is still the favorite, obviously. And
Is he the
Shadur,
favorite when we
you never
talked?
know. Yeah, I think he was the favorite when we talked.
Okay.
And I think he's still the favorite, but he's only like I think I was looking at the odds, like he's around like he's like even odds, but he's like minus 120 basically. So like it's not like he's a
Okay.
huge favorite. And I could still see Shadur if the Browns just like Shadur better than Cam, they're going to take him over him. And then Travis Hunter, obviously, if they like what he can do on either side of the ball or both sides of the ball, whatever. And then Abdul Carter has gone into the mix as being the best player in the draft. So do the Browns just take the best player in the draft of Carter, or do they take a quarterback, or do they take maybe the best weapon in Travis Hunter?
Well, correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought Browns were two.
I said Browns for all that.
Yeah.
I meant Titans. Titans
Giants.
for all of that. All that stands except
Oh,
Titans.
Titans, Browns,
Yes.
Giants.
I meant Titans,
So
yeah.
I-
Titans
I
either
just
take
played
quarterback,
this in
yeah.
my head. I just thought of this. We didn't discuss this before or anything. If Myles Garrett is leaving the Browns and
Mm-hmm.
they have the number 2 pick, I could totally see them taking Abdul Carter.
Yeah, Abdul is actually the second most like on the betting odds. He's second to be the first pick, and then Shadur and then
Okay.
Travis are like the same kind of.
But I guess I don't know. I could see them like trying to fill in
Yeah, it's
issues
tough to tell
and then
because
trying
like
to trade.
I don't
for
know what the
draft
Titans
stock.
want because we talked about it before. Like the quarterback class isn't great, so do they really need a quarterback that bad that they reach on one, or do they just punt it and take a vet quarterback this year, build to the future with other positions like Travis Hunter or Abdul Carter? If I was them,
Yeah, I mean,
I'd take Abdul Carter.
something was weird this year. Like, I don't know if it's the media or what, but like, everyone, like, all these athletes are like TikTok famous, basically. Like, not literally TikTok, but like, I don't think Travis Hunter or Shadur Sanders, or I mean, even Cam Ward, some of the best we got, but they're not. Like, I don't know. You always take a quarterback in the first few picks, but it's like, what if they're not the best?
Yeah,
And I
exactly.
think we said all that in the draft episode, and
Mhm.
now
I think
everyone's
they're
kind of coming
listening.
to the same conclusion. I think so.
Hey, NFL teams, if you're listening, just give us a shout out, please, like, because then we'll give you some more information.
We don't need to podcast. You can just hire us. We can
We
just
can be
work
consultants
for you.
for you.
That works for us. I mean, we're getting like 10 views, so it must
We
be
got
like
like
one or two
we got
teams.
almost 20 last week, I think.
Okay, so if we take Dylan and Michael, I mean, that's like half the league. Me, you, Dylan, Michael, that's 4. And then if we got 20, that's 16. That's probably like an entire conference listening.
Yeah.
So
Um,
anyway,
but
what else is mixing?
I've been seeing Shadur falling. Speaking of him, talking about him, Shadur's definitely falling in mocks. I think the general consensus is like an Abdul, Cam Ward, Travis Hunter, 1, 2, 3. I don't know exact the order, but they're gonna go top 3. And the Patriots are going with what's his name? The lineman. Campbell? No. Is that the corner? I don't know.
I
With
know
the
who you're
best offense.
talking about.
Yeah, I literally know too. Actually, I saw my
From
pulled up.
LSU.
I don't even remember. But offensive lineman, and then the Jags are going to go with someone on defense. Probably there's a good corner out there. And then I'm seeing 6-7 range, either Raiders or Jets going with Shadur then. So maybe Shadur's not going to be a top 3 pick, maybe more of a 6-7 pick. Genty's all over the board. I've seen Genty at 6. I've seen Genty at 12. I've seen Genty at 20. I've seen running backs go before Genty and mocks. I've seen 3 running backs go in the first round.
You know, I was doing a mock draft, and this is like totally theoretical, but I want to call it out on the pod in case it happens. But there was like a pick where I can't remember what team it was, maybe the Bears, and I was debating drafting a quarterback in like the second or third round, and I traded it to someone I was mock drafting with, and I got Jalen Wright from the Dolphins because they have him, and he's not going to play. So if he moves, if he gets traded, I just want to say I'm one of the first to say it on this pod. It is February 18th, 6:30 p.m.
That would be a great call out. I have Wright in my dynasty league, and yeah, like, I like him a lot, but he's definitely not going to play over A-Chain.
Yeah, if he gets, I might have to take him off your hands before he gets traded.
We can work out a deal. We can cook something up. I think we've talked before about preliminary trades.
We have. I never considered that he might get traded though.
Yeah, I mean, do you got anything else for the draft?
I don't think anything crazy. You were right. It's Will Campbell is his name.
Will Campbell.
I knew
And then
you sounded
I
right.
think Will Johnson, I think, is the good corner. And then Shadur and Genty. And then we're going to see there's going to be a couple tight ends going. There's going to be a lot of receivers going, a lot of edges going. It's going to be a very unpredictable draft, I think.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a little crazy.
It's pretty easy to tell who's going 1, and you base it off that. You can't even tell what's going 1 right now. And then
So the one thing I will say, when I was doing the mock, you're totally right. We have no idea like who the top picks are, but even like through the third round, like there's like some quality depth.
Oh yeah, I think that's the problem. Like there's not like 5 really good guys that people are going for. There's like 3 rounds worth of good people, and like they're kind of all not equal, but like they're pretty close in range compared to other years. I think it's like third round.
I think so too.
Receivers and quarterbacks aren't too far off of the first round quarterbacks and receivers.
Could be a big year for teams that are trying to like fill in a roster, but have a few like the Bengals.
Yeah,
The Bengals could fill in a roster, and they have some studs. You know what I mean? Yeah, it could be cool.
it's gonna be, I think, unpredictable year. I think teams are not gonna be afraid because people are so similar to just reach up and grab their guy. If they want whoever Luther Burden at 18, and everybody's like, "Oh, he should be a second rounder," they're just gonna take him because they don't know if he's gonna be there next, and you don't know if he's gonna go 19. He could go third round. Like I think so, people are gonna be reaching on guys.
Right. Yeah, I'm with you. So, while we're on the topic of drafts, should we do one ourselves?
We can do one of our little fun drafts.
Pull up my notes here. I took some notes.
So we're gonna draft ourselves here. We're gonna do a draft of teams we would root for / be fans of, minus all of the Philadelphia teams because we're already fans of them.
How are we going to
So
determine
for
who goes
instance,
first?
I don't think either of us are gonna take this team, but I could with the first pick say I want to take the Dodgers because I would want to root for the Dodgers because I like them, whatever, because they're good. I'm not doing that. I hate the Dodgers, but that's an example. Are we doing the Big Four conferences?
I think we could do any, to be honest.
What do
Do
you
you
mean
have
by
any
any?
that aren't Big Four? You can do any
What?
team you want. Should we do fictional or should it be all real?
No,
I
no,
don't
no.
have any.
No, we can do
But
fictional in
real
the future,
teams.
maybe.
Okay, I like that. So real teams
Real teams, no college because there's way too many.
and no individuals.
No, just teams. I'm just doing football, baseball, basketball, hockey, and I probably won't even get the hockey unless I really feel strongly about it at some point.
Can I expand past those?
Into what other leagues? The TGL?
No, not TGL. No, I'm not taking the Mighty Frogs. I don't want to say it. It gives it away.
Okay.
How about we judge it? We'll judge it when we get there. It's not a top 5 pick.
When we get there, we get there.
Okay.
So I can go first this draft. You can go first next draft. Make it even.
That works for me. Yeah, that works for me.
I think you probably have a stronger feeling about the 101 in the next draft.
Yeah, 101. Big hot shot kind of guy.
I didn't even think about my first pick, to be honest, but I just have a couple written down. But I mean, okay. Am I on the clock? Have we officially started?
Yeah, did we announce what we're drafting? Or did we just kind of do it because we both know?
I said it.
Oh, okay.
You probably weren't
Sounds
listening.
good.
Once again, we are drafting teams minus our teams, minus the Eagles, Phillies, Flyers, Sixers, that we would root for. If, let's say, Philadelphia moved to England.
Hit by an asteroid? Okay,
Well, I didn't want to be violent. I didn't want to be violent. They moved to England, so we have to pick new teams, and this is what we're doing basically. We're picking new teams to be fans of.
Okay.
So full bias, full teams are good or not, teams you like to see, whatever. We are on the clock. I am on the clock. Okay. I know what league I'm going with first. I can say it, I guess. I'm going with football first. I feel like I just got to lock in a football team.
Okay. Yeah.
I have 5 written down.
Okay, I have 2 on my short list.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, definitely only really 4, probably only 3. And I know you're not taking the 1 prize, so it's down to 2.
Okay.
And I mean, I got to take it. First pick of the draft, give me the Detroit Football Lions.
That's who I have. That's the top of my list.
I knew I had to take it.
It was a fantastic pick. They were bad
they
for
got
so long that it's
Gibbs,
almost
Amon-Ra,
cool to be a fan too.
Jared Goff, MCDC. Their team's
Monty
electric. Monty,
J-Mo. Famo
J-Mo, Brian Branch. They got guys.
Timothy
Kirby Joseph,
Patrick.
Timothy Patrick, Khalif Raymond, Craig
Is he still
Reynolds.
Allen
think so.
Robinson. Is he there?
Maybe. I think so. Where's he on the steel? I don't know. I don't even know where that guy went. But
Yeah.
Lions, they're fun. Like the blue, like the team. They're good. I think it's just a. I think
a
that's
good
the
pick.
consensus 101, and I had to take it.
Fantastic number 1 pick. And I'm gonna have to go out there. I have to match NFL, I think, because otherwise you could take a second team off the board and I could be cooked. I'm gonna go right ahead and get Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills.
They were on my list of 5, but they wasn't my top. They weren't in my top ones.
Okay, maybe you'll take another. I mean, it's mostly for Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills fans. I mean, we're not taking.
They're
Philly
in my
teams.
top 5. They're probably my top 4, maybe 3.
They've got some fun fans.
Mm-hmm.
They really do.
It's a good
What
pick.
can you say?
I think Bills and Eagles fans get along pretty well too.
I would agree. I was at the Bills bar. We talked about this a while. They welcomed me with open arms.
I have an honorable mention, probably. You could take them, but I'm not going to take them, and I'll give you a layup if you want it. But I was going to say the Ravens because I think they get along with the Eagles fans really well, and they're kind of. I like Lamar. I like their squad. I'm not going to take them probably, but I do want to give a shout out to the Ravens.
I think that's fair. Traditionally, I've been a pretty big Ravens fan, but Derrick Henry is my enemy. But I was rooting for them in the.
You more of a Deion Lewis guy?
I was rooting for the Ravens in the playoffs, and they lost that game, unfortunately.
Okay. Second round of the draft.
It goes 1-1, right? It's not serpentine.
Are we snaking or?
No, it's you. It's you.
Okay.
Traditional. Yeah.
Traditional. I like that. That's what I was thinking. Do I go back to the land of... I don't think I need to go back to the land of football because I think I have 2 I like. So if you take one, I don't mind. So I'm going to go to the land of baseball.
Okay.
Which I don't know how you would feel about all these. I mean, I know how you feel about one of them, and I could snipe it from you.
I don't think that's a good pick.
Yeah, it's not.
Like
But
a lot of people
that's a team
like them,
I
but a
already
lot of people
I already
hate them
I
too.
already like them. I do already like them. They're already like my second favorite team.
You want to
But
tell the
in
room who
terms
you're
of
talking about?
talking about the Red Sox,
Like I get that, but also
I'm not
they're a
picking them.
polarizing team. You know what I'm saying though? Like it's not an obvious, but they're a polarizing team.
Yeah, it's a big market team. They're a
Yeah,
famous historical team. Um, they're on the up and up. We talked about it last week. Hey, quick
yeah. I gotta.
intermission.
Can I just
Alex
say sorry?
Bregman to the Red Sox, and
And
this
now they're gonna
guy
get
called
Vladdy
them
too.
bad. This guy called them
Listen,
bad. I called them wild
they
cards
might.
before it was cool.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but I'm going back on my word. I mean Bregman, and they're probably gonna get Vladdy now. I'm gonna call it. So that really turned the whole picture around. Remember what I said? They got a lot of young guys, nobody proven really. Well, there you go. They might have two. Anyway, who's your second pick?
Can we take a timeout?
Yeah, trying to reconnect.
Can we take a timeout? I I'm glitching right now. Uh-oh. Oh, sorry for the intermission. Um, how about that airplane food? Uh, I like your shirt. Where'd you get it from? You can do like Dora the Explorer. Do you see Aaron Nola? Where? Good. Oh, that's Aaron Nola. I don't know when he's coming back. You guys may never see this. Sorry for the technical difficulties. I don't know what was going on. I think it was my fault, but he left. But I couldn't hear him. He's taking a while to come back. I could just talk about my feelings on this second pick. I do like the Red Sox. I don't think I was going to take the Red Sox though. Um, it's tough. Baseball's a tough one because it's very volatile. Um, Bengals and Chargers are my other two football teams. I love the Chargers. The jerseys, I've always liked them, so like I feel there's a strong bias there. I like Herbert, and I think they got a good squad. But the Bengals are clearly like the better team to go with. I think he might take, and I might be okay with that. Um, where's this guy at? You good?
So yeah, but I don't know if like my internet just got blown out by the wind or something.
I
It
mean,
says we're recording.
it said you were recording the whole time, even when you left. I did a little. I was doing some games with chat.
Oh, we're
It was really awkward. It was really awkward. I was entertaining them for most of the time until I was about to text you back.
All right. Well, I probably will not cut any of it.
That's fine by me. You have to watch and see what I did.
Okay. Sounds like a plan.
I talked about my picks then. I gave some perspective on what
Oh,
I'm
so now
looking at.
does the audience have more information than me?
Yeah, they do.
That's kind of cool.
I played a Door to the Explorer game with them when my thing went full screen.
Did you show them one of your things? You could have shown them.
I said I didn't show them the thing, but I went. Where's Aaron Nola? Do you see Aaron Nola?
Oh my
There
god.
he is.
All right. So is pick number 3
Back in.
locked in?
Pick number 3. Yeah, I think I talked myself into it. I was talking to chat, and I think with my second pick, I'm gonna go to another Baltimore team that we just mentioned.
Are
I'm
you
gonna go to the
fucking kidding me?
Orioles.
Dude, that's literally next on my list. I don't know what I'm going to do for baseball because there's no other team. Like, I was debating. That's a good pick because that's exactly who I was going to take. I
Talking
don't
through with
know.
Chat told me not to take the Sox. Yeah, I like the Orioles. They got a bunch of good, exciting whites. Um, they call
They
them the
do.
player. They call them the player generator factory because they all just look the same. But they're all really good. Gunnar Henderson, Jackson Holiday, Kobe Mayo, Heston Kjerstad. I always forget which way it goes. Adley Rushman. They lost Santander. They lost Burns, but they're still a really fun, exciting team. I've always liked the Orioles. Camden Yards is beautiful. So yeah, I mean, I think that's my baseball team. So
I don't know if there's any other baseball team that I would really want to take. I'm probably going to have to take one just to match you up, but maybe I can snipe them in a low round.
yeah,
I think I'm going to go. It's a toss up between the Dodgers, the Yankees, and the Astros, you know?
and the Cowboys.
Yeah. Dude, today I was talking. So basically, my buddies. Sorry, should we try to finish this draft or should I go on this tangent?
How long is the tangent?
Fairly long.
Okay, maybe we wait.
All right, I'll tell it after the draft. Number
Okay.
2, I'm going to expand into a different league. Go ahead and give me
Okay.
the Thunder. I love how
Wow, they are on
young
my
they,
list.
they're very young. They're very
That's my top
good.
NBA team.
I don't really know anything about their fan base, but like they're so young and they're so good at basketball that it's like I don't know. I like them. I like SGA. I don't know. They just seem fun to root for. I like what
Yeah,
they
I mean,
did. They basically
that's what I was
did
gonna
the
say.
process but better.
Yeah,
So
they're still processing maybe a little, but it's a good
I
team.
mean they're
Lou
killing
Dort,
it
Chet
right now.
Holmgren. Yeah. Okay, third round. Um, Yeah, I think I'm gonna do similar to your methodology. I'm gonna take an NBA team probably a little later, but I don't think I need to yet because you're not doubling up. So I'm gonna go back to NFL, and this is what I was talking about with chat. I have a dilemma. But give me the Bengals. Give me the Cincinnati Bengals. Jamar Chase,
I
Joe
get that.
Burrow. Who they think gonna beat them Bengals?
I will say I really like Joe Burrow. I really don't like Jamar Chase though.
Why not? You like Joe Burrow but not Chase?
I really like T Higgins though.
What's that supposed to mean?
I really don't like Yoshavash. I'm just
Okay.
naming players I like and dislike. I don't know what the issue is here.
I don't know this either. I was just asking what the problem was,
No,
and you
the
were getting all
reason I
weird
don't
about
like
it.
Jamar Chase is because he's annoying. Like, he's so mouthy. And he's like, okay, it was really fucking cool. Are we allowed to curse on this? Have we ever... Is that... Was that the first time I ever did that on the pod?
Now we got to put it to a PG-13 rating.
Was that actually the first time?
I don't know. Probably. I think I said like something before, but not the F bomb. That was ridiculous.
Yeah. Okay, but it was really cool when
Really
he was
effing
like,
cool.
just show me the ball. Or show me the ball. He said, just throw me the ball. I'm always open. And everyone was like, all right, dick. Oh my God. What am I doing?
As a Bengals fan, it's pretty cool to watch, though.
Yeah, but then he said that, and then he had like 300 yards and 7 touchdowns
Yeah.
the next game.
If you were a Bengals fan like
it would have
me,
been so cool.
you
I mean,
you would like all the things he says. It's like,
Yeah,
you're
instead
just
we
jealous
just-
because you're not a Bengals fan. You're stuck
Instead-
with the Bills.
Instead, we just get this. That's our wide receiver one.
Where did inner excellence come from? Remember this from the first episode, everybody?
Yes, I remember that. That's where you wrote down, oh, does missionary.
What did I put for that? I didn't write that. I put little crazy vodka cran beer. Those are my notes on that.
Okay. I guess it comes back
Okay.
to me.
We're in the 302 right now.
I'm going to take a sneaky pick here.
Okay.
I didn't have this on my list, but you sniped 2 of my teams, and I'm not the best planner, so I only had like 7. I'm going to go back to NFL because you doubled up.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and give me the Raiders
Oh,
and
they did cross my mind.
it's multi-dimensional because depending what happens,
Pete Carroll.
it could be a really good pick if they like start to get good and I get to be Brock Bowers. Jesus, this looks really bad. I swear to God that
What?
I'm
Swear to God,
not
what?
racist. I swear to God I'm not racist.
Whoa, what's race have to do with anything right now?
It's crazy. But I really like Brock Bowers. I think he's going to be the greatest tight end in history. And if he could go on a bit of a run with the Raiders in the next few years, you get to watch that build and then them be good. That could be really cool. So that's going to be my pick.
We are at the 36-minute mark already, so maybe we should
That's fine. I think this is fun. I would rather
cut the
do
tangents.
this than... No, I don't think we need to cut the tangents.
No,
Do you think
not the tangents. Okay, well then we'll have to cut some topics.
Okay.
We'll talk about the other topic. We'll talk about other things faster.
We'll do your division. You'll do your division recap. I mean, I can talk about TGL for 2 minutes or 0 minutes.
Yeah,
you know?
okay. We'll get there. We'll get there when we get there. Fourth round.
Maybe I'll just pitch TGL and do like a TGL special where it's just me.
The TGL minute.
It's just me and the boys spam betting TGL, and we do it live on TikTok. Okay. Anyway,
Or you can do the TGL minute recap every week.
I could. Is this the fourth
We heard
round?
from the fans. We heard from the fans, and to all you WWE fans, the WWE minute has been cut from the production.
We learned from the
And
fan.
if you're sad about it, put it in the comments. The fan, yeah, we heard from our fan that they weren't listening to it, so it's been cut. Too much revenue going into it for the project.
All right,
Hope
let's
you
get into
understand.
the fourth round here.
Okay, so I didn't write down my other team I got in yours. I got my other football team. You took the Raiders, who are
reach too.
I
had a game.
think it crossed my mind. I looked at the teams and they crossed my mind because they got the fun pick coming up. They got Pete Carroll. How can you not root for Pete Carroll?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I got my 2 football teams. I got a baseball team. I need another sport. Does anybody care about hockey? Does it matter if I root for hockey?
I have no comment. If you take my hockey team, I'm gonna be fucking pissed.
Okay, give me the Golden Knights.
Okay, very similar on my sheet. I have the Kraken.
Let's get Kraken. I had them, and the Golden Knights are just better, so I did the Golden Knights.
Yeah, but the Kraken are electric.
I love
cooler uniforms.
I love getting Kraken.
They have cooler celebration with a Kraken in the stadium. I don't know. I've always thought that they were really cool. Yeah.
The Kraken were on the list, but the Golden Knights are just the better new team. So I think
I love the new teams, but that's
more
exactly
beneficial to root for them.
Our heads were in very similar spaces.
I'm glad you got the Kraken. Are you
I'm
taking the
glad
Kraken?
that you got the Golden Knights. They were... Yes, I'm taking the Kraken. The Golden Knights were indeed like the other hockey team that I considered putting on the list. But I was like, I should pick the Kraken
just to make you mad.
Kraken. Yeah, I would have been upset. But I have 2 sleeper picks, and now only one of them gets to get taken. So we'll see how you react to that in 5-2. I guarantee you won't
my other
take
hockey
either.
teams, I like the Cougars. I like the hockey club to be fun of Utah, and I like the Dallas Stars, Texas hockey. We're not going to take them.
I went to a Stars game in December. Very fun.
Nice. My other football teams, chat heard it. The Chargers. I love the Chargers. But I think if I'm taking the best team, I had to take the Bengals. Even though I love the uniforms, I love Herbert.
Okay.
I love the Chargers. They are my second favorite team. Similar to the Red Sox. If you love them, let them go. Not taking the Sox. Not taking the Chargers. Not taking the Ravens. So here we go. I can take another baseball, or I can take a basketball. You have your other weird league I can't think of right now.
Couldn't guess it. If I gave you 100 tries, you wouldn't get it.
Okay.
Either.
I think I have to match your basketball team, I think.
Okay.
My other baseball teams were the Royals and the Tigers. I think they're very fun. We're actually going to talk about both of them in a little bit. So if you want to hear about some baseball, stay tuned. So we're down to the Rockets and the Cavs. Those are the 2 teams I have listed, and I'm going to go with the Rockets.
I like it.
Houston Rockets, they're very young and fun, and I think it's a good team to root for. Jalen Green has been a dog for a while. Alperen Sengun, dog. And yeah, that's I think it's a good
I like it.
young matchup to go with against the Thunder.
Okay. With the final pick in the draft, I'm going to just completely outclass you here. And I have 2 picks here, and I think that you're going to throw a flag on the first one. So I'm going to list one first, even though it's who I really want. My last team, I'm going to go with Kerry Walsh Jennings and Misty May Trainer. 3-time gold medal beach volleyball USA team. That's the most electric team in sports, bro. Dude.
What's the other one?
Are you familiar with those 2 at least?
No, I've never heard of them in my life.
Are you kidding me? They won gold
You can have them.
08, 12, and 16.
Hey. Good for the USA,
goated.
but I don't know who they are.
Take that shirt off. Wait. Not now.
Are they really a team, though? Because you can only root for them once every 4 years, and they're probably retiring this year or something.
Are they
a really good pick?
Played? I think they're already retired.
What are you taking? What's the other one? Flag. I threw a flag now. They're not even a team anymore. They're not active.
The New Zealand All Blacks.
Is that rugby?
Yeah, they're like the most... I would be willing to bet they're one of the most popular teams. I couldn't take a soccer team.
I've heard of them.
I couldn't take a soccer team because I think we were already going to be talking about soccer on that soccer segment, right?
Yeah. Are we going to do that this week?
Nah. We
So you're taking the All Blacks.
Sure. Yeah, I'll take the All Blacks. I don't want to take another baseball team. There's none that I want to root for. I got a hockey team. I don't need 2. I got a basketball team. I don't need 2. And I got 2 football teams. I love football.
Oh, you didn't take a baseball team at all?
No, I don't want one.
To recap.
If I didn't root for the Phillies, I wouldn't watch baseball.
Okay, fair enough. We'll see what the fans think. Tell us who wins. I have the Detroit Football Lions, the Cincinnati Bengals. I put the wrong name for that one. The Baltimore Orioles, the Houston Rockets, and the Las Vegas Golden Knights.
Okay.
Do you remember your 5 teams?
The Buffalo Bills, the Oklahoma City Thunder, the Oakland Raiders,
Las Vegas Raiders. Are you moving it back to Oakland in your world?
The Kraken,
and
I can't take Misty May. Are you kidding me?
No, the All Blacks. You're taking the All Blacks.
Okay, and the All Blacks. Bro, you have no one to... If you put up the Baltimore Orioles against the All Blacks,
I think the Orioles win.
What are we doing? Like, what sport?
In baseball?
I mean, probably in baseball. In rugby?
Let the comments decide who if they had to root for 5 teams, which of those 5 teams would you rather root for?
I'm gonna ask a friend real quick.
Okay, live. We'll get into the next segment. I'll start setting it up.
Yeah.
We're gonna get into baseball. Last week we talked about the AL East. If you want to listen to that, listen to last week's podcast. We're moving on to the AL Central, which next week we'll do the West, and then we'll move on to the NL.
Tough choice. The All Blacks have that legendary rugby legacy, while the Orioles have their rich baseball history. If I had to pick, I think I'd go with the All Blacks. Their level of dominance, cultural significance, and skill is pretty hard to ignore. Bang!
This is Trevor's chat though, and it's only a 1 team versus 1 team. It's a whole 5 versus 5.
I'm not signed into this one.
I don't want to hear it. I don't want any more pandering.
We'll hear from the fan. All right, you want to take us through this?
Here we go. We're going to do a little faster than last week. I think it was a little long-winded.
What do we have?
But we're going to talk about... Yeah. We're going to talk about who each of these teams gained, lost, and what we think about their potential lineup going to the season, and then rank them on a scale of, what was it? Trash, bad,
abysmal,
fringe,
bad,
wildcard contender, abysmal.
Abysmal, bad, fringe, wildcard contender.
Contender. And first up, we're going to go with the... I don't know why I almost said the wrong name. Not the wrong... You'll hear. The Cleveland Guardians. I wasn't going to say Indians. I was going to say a different city for some reason. The Cleveland Guardians, they have added Austin Hedges, Shane Bieber back, Carlos Santana, Mr. 1 Year deal at first base. Paul Sewald in the bullpen. John Means, cancer survivor. John Means, good for
Shout
him.
out.
Luis Ortiz, a young righty from the Pirates in a trade. Jacob Junis, sucks. And they lost Matt Boyd, Alex Cobb, a couple low end starters. They traded away Andres Jimenez, probably their biggest loss. And they lost some bullpen pieces. Miles Straw, a defensive outfielder, and they lost Josh Naylor. They traded him to the D-backs. So, but they replaced him obviously with Carlos Santana. And this Cleveland Guardians team, we're looking at in the rotation Tanner Bybee, Ben Lively, Tristan McKenzie, Shane Bieber, and then one of Luis Ortiz, Joey Cantillo, Slade Ciconi. So they got a solid starting rotation. It's nothing crazy. They got a couple guys that you could trust thrown out there. Bieber if he's on. McKenzie's been injured a lot. Gavin Williams and Bybee look good last year. Hopefully they can keep improving. Ben Lively's had a career resurgence. So it's a comfortable starting five they're going to throw out there, but not the best.
Something about
Their
Flacco
bullpen
that I just trust.
What was that in relation to?
You said got a couple guys you can throw out there and you trust.
The bullpen, they have obviously Emmanuel Clase, best closer in the league, and they added Paul Sewald. They have Cade Smith and Hunter Gaddis, good pieces, and then some other guys. I'm sure some of their starters I mentioned will turn into bullpen pieces because they have like 8 starters right now. So the bullpen's pretty solid. Catcher, they have Bo Naylor and Austin Hedges. First base, they got Carlos Santana, and David Fry can also play there. Fry will probably be DHing. Second base, we got, I think they have a prospect, I want to say. It's not listed, but I think their second baseman's going to be determined in spring training. Third base is J. Ram, Jose Ramirez. Shortstop is Brian Rocchio, who had a breakout season last year. Left field, Quan. Center field, Lane Thomas. Right field is going to be John Kenzie Noel, or we'll see some Will Brennan action mixed in there. David Fry, Kyle Manzardo to DH. So they got a really deep team. They have a great lineup, fantastic lineup. It's a good team. The starters do not jump off the board. I think this is a great place to put a wild card team.
Okay, I was gonna say Fringe.
I think Fringe is okay. I think their bullpen and their lineup is so good, and their division, as we're gonna see, is not the best division. Okay. They do have the Royals and the Tigers were fun last year, but the Twins were bad, and the White Sox are don't want to spoil it.
I'm not going to say much of anything, except just kick it off to me, and I'll just tell you what they're going to be. You can give all the info. I'll just say one word.
Sounds good. Yeah, I think low end wild card. I think they're going to make playoffs, but I don't. I think we're going to see something from these starters. Trevor?
Fringe.
To the Royals.
Me like J-Ram.
That was more than one word.
He's cool.
They added Jonathan India from the Reds. They added Carlos Estevez in free agency. They added Michael Lorenzen and Joey Weimer. Good old Weimer. He came in the deal with Jonathan India. They lost Bray Singer in that India-Weimer trade. They lost Tommy Pham and Paul DeYoung. Some depth pieces they added at the trade deadline. Nothing. They didn't lose really anything. That's all they've done. They got the same team rolling out there pretty much. The rotation is Seth Lugo, who guy's like 80 years old and came out last year with a career year. So let's see what he does. Cole Raggins, my AL Cy Young winner this year, coming up. I bet on him today. Actually, I threw a parlay of Raggins Wheeler out there, 10 to win 950.
Did you really?
Yeah. Every year I predict the Cy Young right on one side. I should have done it separately. I picked him right on one side every year for the last 3 years, and I never bet it. Last year I was inches away from putting like so much money on Tariq Skubal to win, plus 1,800. I remember it, and I didn't do it for some reason. And then he won it. 2 years ago, I knew Zach Gallen was going to win, and I didn't put anything on it, and he won. And I think Cole Raggins is going to win this year. NL, I think it's going to be Skeens or Wheeler or maybe Blake Snell, but I think the Dodgers, there's too many good pitchers.
Disgusting.
Yeah, I just want to see it for another year. I think if it came down to it, I think they would vote for a more prestigious pitcher and a more tenured guy. Anyways, they got Lugo, Raggins, Michael Waka, solid piece, Alec Marsh and Chris Bubich, who are they're decent 4-5s. It could be better. And they got Kyle Wright, who I believe was a Braves pitcher. They have him listed here. Yeah, this wasn't updated, but they have Michael Lorenzen also, who could be a starter. But he's listed in their bullpen too. Their bullpen
I feel like
is
that
pretty
name
electric.
rings a bell.
Michael Lorenzen, no hitter for the Phillies.
I know. I should hear it.
Lucas Urkeg, I forgot to say it. He got traded from the A's midseason last year. He is gonna be their closer probably. They got Carlos Estevez, John Schreiber, Red Sox legend, and they got a couple guys that are starters / relievers. Nothing crazy, but they got a good back end of the bullpen. Their lineup: Salvador Perez is their first baseman now. I forgot about that. I think they're gonna roll him. Well, he's listed here as their first baseman and their catcher, so I think he's gonna play both because he is.
He's gonna play both
doing
at the
math.
same time.
Salvador Perez is only 35 years old, 34 years old. I thought he was like 40.
I was gonna play both, brother.
He's listed as their number one for both. So, yeah, probably half days will play catcher, half days will play first. And Vinny Pasquantino will probably play first in DH, and Freddie Fermin is a catcher that they were playing last year. And they got Jonathan India in the trade to play second. Third base, they got Michael Garcia, great contact hitter. Shortstop, maybe MVP Bobby Witt. Left field, MJ Melendez, who had a great year last year. Center field, they got Kyle Isbell and Joey Weimer now, great defender. And right field, they got Hunter Renfroe. And then DH, yeah, it's going to be all those guys that they're going to have a lot of rotation going on. So they got a deep lineup. Some of their pieces aren't the best, but they can play both positions or play very good defense.
Right.
And I think this is a great place to put another wild card because I think the Royals and the Guardians will both make it. I don't know which one's going to win the division, but I think they'll both be around that high 80s, maybe 90 win mark. It's just going to, whoever's better is going to be whoever, all these fringe guys I'm talking about, whoever step up. So I like wild card.
I'm curious to see where you put Tigers.
I mean, I could put there's 3 wild card teams and a division winner, so I could put the Tigers in wild card too.
3 wild card? How many did you take last week?
I did 1 contender, 1 wild card, so that would fill up my slots, which I think might work because I think the West is pretty bad. So actually, okay. I might go with that.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I'm trying to make a decision here. I think that these guys are gonna be. I mean, if I think they're gonna win the division but not be a contender, is that wild card or contender?
Yeah, I'm saying contender in the sense of like they're going to win the World Series. Like they have a real shot to win the World Series. Like probably top 4 teams.
I think they might win the division, but I'll just call them wild card.
Yeah, top a wild card.
Yeah. Okay.
I agree. I think they're more towards the top. Maybe the Guardians have a little more question marks, and maybe more towards the bottom of wild card for me. Moving on to the aforementioned Detroit Tigers. They added Jack Flaherty back. They got Gleyber Torres. They got Alex Cobb. They got Tommy Cannell, John Brebbia. Those last 3 guys were relievers. Jack Flaherty, obviously a starter who was on the Tigers last year. And Gleyber Torres is going to play second for them from the Yanks. They lost nothing, so let's get into the team.
They have to lose.
Yeah, we talked about all the starting rotations and the bullpens. This team's nuts. So they got Tariq Skubal, Cy Young winner, Jack Flaherty, who had a I don't want to say career resurgence because I've been saying that a lot, but he had some down years, and last year he showed some promise of being a good pitcher again. Reese Olson, young guy who had a decent season last year. He'll probably be either 4 or 5. Jackson Jobe, who was a rookie last year. Actually, I think he's still considered a rookie this year. They threw him in the bullpen last year, but he's going to come out as a starter. He throws like 110 miles an hour. Detroit Tiger for life, Casey Mize. And then I said they added Alex Cobb. They have Matt Manning. So they got a deep starting rotation, and they got their top 3-4 guys were pretty good, especially their top 2. And Jackson Jobe, who knows what could come out. He's like the AL Rookie of the Year favorite this year. Their bullpen, you're not going to know a lot of these guys' names, but we saw what they could do in the playoffs last year. They threw out any one of these guys, any inning, and they came in clutch. They got Jason Foley, who was their like closer last year. Tyler Holton, a young guy, came in clutch, lefty. Will Vest, Bo Brisky, Kenta Maeda is going to be in their bullpen this year. Tommy Cannoli, who they added from the Yankees. John Brebbia, Hanafi pitched from them last year. Ty Madden pitched from them last year. And they have Alex Lange, who was their closer, and he's listed on the IL. So I don't know how much of the season he's going to miss. But they got a bunch of scrappy guys that all they don't have a designated closer. Like they're kind of a committee where any of these guys can close a game for them, which I like. If I was running a team, that's what I would want. I don't want a closer. I want 8 guys in my bullpen that I all trust.
Right.
Their catcher is Jake Rogers. He's decent. First baseman is Spencer. I don't know what they're doing here because I'm gonna do that last. Actually, I'm gonna go to DH first. Not the DH. I'm gonna go to right field first. Kerry Carpenter will be playing right. Parker Meadows and Riley Green will be playing center, and Matt Vierling is gonna be playing left.
My face.
I swear I saw a shadow. I thought someone was behind me.
Oh no!
I saw your. What are you doing?
It's TGL.
Am I putting you to sleep? Continue. Am I putting the viewers to sleep too? Am I going too long?
No, it's just my favorite sport right now.
Yeah, they got 4 solid outfielders there. One of them will probably be DHing. But the problem is that shortstop is Javier Baez, who sucks. But third base is going to be Jace Jung. Matt Vierling can also play there. Second baseman is going to be Gleyber Torres. And then they moved Colt Keith to first base. But they also have Spencer Torkelson, who was only a first baseman. So they're going to have... They have too many guys, basically. They have a deep team. But one of Spencer Torkelson, Colt Keith, Matt Vierling, Parker Meadows, Riley Green, Kerry Carpenter are not going to get to play every day because you can't have 2 DHs. So that's going to be annoying. But I'm sure when injuries come into play or if someone gets traded along the way, which might happen to Torque, it'll work out. But I like this team. They're very scrappy and deep. We saw it last year in the playoffs. Their starters are really good. Their bullpen is really good. I'm putting them wild card too. I know we talked about it. 3 wild cards. One's going to win the division. 2 wild cards. I said the Red Sox are going to win a wild card. So that leaves no wild cards for next week, which I like because that division is just going to have one winner probably. That's what happened this year.
Shoes in the
It's the A's, Rangers, Angels, Mariners, and Astros. Oh, yeah. Okay. We'll talk about that next week though.
Yeah, for sure. Okay.
We'll do these next 2 fast because they are the lesser 2, especially the last one, the Twins.
Tigers, I'm gonna say are also wild card though.
Nice.
I think they'll play better than the Guardians, but worse than the Royals.
Yeah, going through all that, I'm kind of interested because all 3 of them aren't going to make playoffs. So one of these teams is going to play really well, I think, win the division, and one of these teams is going to disappoint and leave room for another team in somewhere. But on paper, they all seem really good. The Twins added Harrison Bader, great defender. They added Ty France. They lost Max Kepler, Carlos Santana, Kyle Farmer. That's about it. They didn't add anything. They didn't lose anything, and they weren't very good last year. They have Pablo Lopez, their best pitcher, Bailey Ober, Joe Ryans, Simeon Woods Richardson, and Chris Paddock, or whoever. They're all... Pablo Lopez is good. The other guys are all mid. They have a great closer in Johan Duran. Griffin Jax is great. Louis Varland's okay. But the rest of these guys in the bullpen aren't too much. Catcher, they have Christian Vasquez and Ryan Jeffers, so it's a solid 1-2 combo. Ty France is going to play first for them here. Edward Julian, who had a great year last year, will play second. Royce Lewis playing third. Correa playing shortstop. And they also have Ricky Brooks Lee, who can play any infield position for the bench. Left field, Trevor Larnach, who had a good year last year, as well as Austin Martin, who was rookie year last year. Byron Buxton's playing center, and Matt Wallner's going to play right. And then they'll have Harrison Bader on the bench for defensive replacement. And then the same as the Tigers, they're going to rotate some of those guys to play DH, if that's Larnach or Royce or whoever. But they have a solid team. It's deep. I'm not gonna say they're bad, but they're definitely probably bottom of fringe. Like they could be really good. They were really good last year for the first half. But like they had the best record in like baseball, and they absolutely collapsed. So I think fringe is fair because They just got to put it together. Buxton's got to stay healthy. These guys, except Pablo, have to step up on their starting rotation, and their bullpen is only really 2 guys. So I think they have a chance to do something, but they need Austin Martin, Brooks Lee, Edward Julian to step up and have seasons that are comparable to other guys in their division. Because I said it's a pretty bad division, but it's actually a pretty good division now that I'm talking about it. I think it's just because the White Sox are in it, and
Yep. But
this will
before
be
you
real
get to
quick.
that,
Yeah.
I get one word.
Where do you put them? Mm-hmm.
Bad.
Bad. Yeah, fair. White Sox. Notable acquisitions: Martin Perez, super old starter. Austin Slater, super old utility man. Mike Tauchman, sucks. Bryce Wilson, reliever, decent actually. Josh Rojas, decent infielder. Michael A. Taylor, great defender, can't hit for shit. Whoa.
That's 4 curses in one episode. I've said the F-bomb twice. I said
Tyler Gilbert,
the D word. Anyway.
Tyler Gilbert, who once threw a no-hitter for the D-bags, was on the Phillies last year. They added him. But they didn't. Oh, they did lose. I just had to scroll down. They lost Garrett Crochet to the Red Sox. They lost Mike Soroka. Who cares? And Yohan Moncada went to the Angels, who he's a disappointing guy. Their starters.
Wait, he's been with the Angels, no?
Yohan Moncada has been no, maybe before he was, but
like last year he was still with the Sox.
He was on the White Sox, yeah. He's on the White Sox for like his whole career.
Gotcha. Okay. I was thinking that for some reason he went to the Angels last year. See, that's how much I know.
Their starters, I mean,
abysmal.
I'm not gonna go through them. Yeah, I'm not gonna go through them. I mentioned Martin Perez, and that's like their best guy, and that's all you need to know. If you know Martin Perez, that's all you got to know. Their bullpen, I'm gonna see if I know any of these guys' names. I've heard of Cam Boozer, because I think he was on the Red Sox. I've heard of Gus Varland. I've heard of Penn Murphy. Tyler Gilbert is on the Phillies. And that's it, and they all suck. Okay, catcher, Corey Lee. He was an Astro, I believe. I think he has some promise to him. Andrew Vaughn. I do like Andrew Vaughn at first. Josh Rojas at second. Miguel Vargas at third. He was a former Dodger. And then their brightest spot on their team is Colson Montgomery, their shortstop. He's like a top 5 prospect in the whole league. He's going to be really good. That's something to look forward to. And then they have Brooks Baldwin, who's another rookie that can play infield, as well as Lennon Sosa, who was a young guy last year that actually showed some promise when they traded everybody away and they had no one to bloody put out there. They called this guy up, born in 2000, and he was pretty solid. So like they have some really young guys that are like very, very big question marks. So some of these guys, I'll get into it. Left, where'd it go? Benintendi. Center, Luis Robert, from not much longer probably. He's going to get traded. Right field, they have Tauchman, and then they have a bunch of guys. Dominic Fletcher, Austin Slater, Oscar Colas, Michael A. Taylor. They're all going to be mixing in there. Andrew Vaughn will probably be DHing with someone else, and so they'll slot in. But they're abysmal. It's an abysmal. The only thing the White Sox want to look forward to this year is to see who steps up and who can be the big piece of their rebuild. Like, because they're trading Lou Bob. They're going to trade anybody that plays well that's not a core piece like Colson Montgomery. So they want to see who else is going to be a part of their team for years to come. They got Bobby Dahl back. Shout out him. I don't know. There was speculation last year for a bunch of teams that didn't end up getting traded. So I don't know now with all the free agency and team changes what teams want them. The Phillies were interested, and I like him. So, but I don't know. I don't know his market right now. But that is it for the AL Central.
Abysmal.
Abysmal.
That division's better than I thought. Like, I don't know much, but when we started talking through it, like, they're actually a lot better than I thought.
Yeah, they have 3 solid guys. It's a solid division. I think I just instantly thought they were bad because I just saw the White Sox, and they're literally the worst team in MLB history.
Ever. Yeah.
Ever. So, yeah, it's just like, it really brings it down.
It almost feels like we're straying away from bad because because abysmal is literally the White Sox, and I feel bad putting anyone else in abysmal.
There'll be some more abysmals. There'll be some more abysmals in the NL.
But who? Like,
you have to see and watch.
Yeah, I guess you
have to listen and see. Anything else you want to talk about? You want to talk about TGL for a minute?
I mean, I feel like we're running over, but I would recommend. I'll give an update on TGL next week. I think we'll probably be playoffs are at the end of March, so it'll probably get all like shadowed over March Madness and stuff. Maybe we can talk about it just a little bit, but it's honestly really fun. If you never watched any golf, it's really easy to watch. It's only like an hour or two for a match, and it goes really fast, and you get to like hear the guys actually talk.
It is simulated golf. It's golf on a simulator, but the players are mic'd up.
Huge simulated wall, and then the whole green area is like on a rotating turntable, and it has like pistons in the floor to change the pitch. So they like simulate like they're around the greens, and then they have like real sand bunkers and like real grass that they're hitting off of and everything. So it's kind of cool, but it's worth checking out if you don't know who any of the guys are on the tour and you just want to watch for fun. Like it's not as good golf, but it's entertaining.
Yeah, and these are like these are the same guys playing in like the PGA Championship. Like it's kind of crazy. They played in like Waste Management and they play in this like the day after.
In the Genesis,
Ludwig, it's not like a different thing. It's like they're like kind of like coincide with each other.
Yeah, Ludwig Oberg won the Genesis. He said he was up to like 3:30 in the morning celebrating, and then we were watching. It was like 3 o'clock, and he was getting to the stadium for a 4 o'clock match, and he was absolutely dialed. Like it was unreal. He looked amazing. He had just won the tournament on the tour, like a featured event. So, pretty cool stuff. That's
Anything
all I
else?
got though. I'll give like a better summary when we're not past an hour. But yeah, I think I love it. That was pretty good.
If you guys,
I liked that. We were flowing today.
Yeah, we were flowing. We started. We could keep going too. We had more things to talk about today that we kind of had to scrap.
I know.
As always, please leave comments on anything. If you want to hear about TGL, let us know. If you want us to bring back the legendary WWE Minute, let us know. Or if you just want to say the secret word, which is SpongeBob.
Dude, I was thinking of Smuckers. So when you said like, I was like, "There's no way," I would have shit.
No, we always do food.
Yeah, we do. All right, SpongeBob it is.
SpongeBob is secret word, so drop that.
I can't do it.
And that's all she wrote. Tune into the next one next week. Tune into our TikTok, Instagram, MySpace, Twitter, Ask FM.
Thanks all. Love you.
See ya.